Good morning, you lovely West Ham fans. It's Nick from Claret and Booze. It's Monday again. Monday again. How quick does that weekend go? My God. But don't worry. Soon be Friday again. Just get through it. Just get through it. Thank you, everybody who jumps on board over the weekend and helped us smash through the 16,000 mark. We're at 16,050, really, really good. So we don't crow about every 1k milestone, but that's a really good one. We're on the march now to 20,000, and there will be a party when we get there. So yeah, thank you. That was nice. And don't forget, please drop a like on the video. Now I'm in a far better mood this morning than what I otherwise would be, because I didn't watch the game. I was a teletext fan. I just checked the result. I was like, we won 2-0. What are you moaning about? What are you moaning about? I know how they feel now, when you don't have to sort of sit through and watch that shit. But I'm going to trust my Terrace's WhatsApp group people that have given me the rundown on what happened, the good and the bad, and I have seen the extended highlights. But no, I went on strike. So I was expecting Callum Wilson on Saturday. Not on Saturday, I wasn't. I was expecting him to be signed, but I hadn't prepared myself for him to be signed, and I was fuming. I still am. I'm not happy with it. So I went on strike. I just thought, do you know what? What's the fuck? Fuck this. I'm not doing it. So I gave myself a weekend off. I kind of knew what was going to happen against Bournemouth. We would get overrun. Would be frustrating to watch. And apparently that's what happened. But the few chances that we did create, we scored. And there are some positives to take out of that game. And I think out of pre-season as a whole, it hasn't been as good as what it otherwise could have been. But I'm going to go on to talk about the transfer window a little bit later, some other bits and pieces, and, some players that it looks like are going to come in, or one in particular. So a big positive from this game was wingnut, El Hadji Malik Diouf, who's a player that hasn't shown anything yet. So that's a positive from pre-season. They've kind of played him into form. He seems to have clicked with the team now. They seem to know how to use him, because I think we saw in that game from those two crosses the two crosses that he put in for both goals. That's what he's here for. That's what he does. Russ Budden said this morning, it's a bit of a cheat code, and he really is, because the whip he gets on them crosses. That's exactly what we saw from his YouTube show reels. He's got an absolutely lethal left peg. So I do think that if we use him properly, he hasn't got the individual talent to sort of run down the wing and beat a man. But if he overlaps, we feed him the ball, or even from a deeper area, give him a chance to pull the trigger on that left foot to whip a ball in. He's going to cause problems. He really is. They're almost undefendable, to a degree. So that's really good, really good. I'm pleased for him. So he's all set moving into next season. That's good. Another positive is Freddie Potts. He started, and everybody in the WhatsApp group said the same thing, and I expected that. I weren't surprised that people said Freddie Potts was brilliant. I really weren't. He's a brilliant player. I just hope that he keeps his place. But they all said the same thing. They went Freddie Potts, mustard. But then when they speak about James Ward-Prowse, it's not mustard. It's curdled custard. That's what he is. Why is he there? 95% pass success rate. He does fuck all with it. He's like a rebound board. He don't hold on to the ball for 2 seconds. He's pipping, and he runs after it. He's a pointless player. He's terrible out of possession. How on earth can he be in that team over Alvarez? Now, even if you think that Alvarez isn't an 8, neither is he. He's not. He's rubbish. Alvarez is a far better player. Now, it is a position that I would like us to address, in the remainder of this window. I do think that to have perfect balance in central midfield, in a 3, you need to have Potts deeper, you need to have Paqueta in there doing what Paqueta's doing, and you need to have someone with serious power and serious legs in there as well to give us perfect balance. But I just get the impression that if we go out and get that player, it ain't going to be James Ward-Prowse replaced in that starting lineup. I don't think it is, and that will really piss me off, and everyone, because I do think that the West Ham fans have slightly fallen in love with Freddie Potts, and rightly so in this window. He's one of our own, and he's got everything we love in a player. He's a tremendous player. He's tenacious. He can see and execute a pass. He's brilliant. I like him. So, yeah, hopefully he is going to be a mainstay. The other positive is Aguirre at left centre-back. He's getting better and better. Kilman's improving. He's had 2 good solid games now. And what else? I'll tell you what, the forward partnership of Fulkrug and Bowen. We're not getting lots of chances to them, but they're both clinical, aren't they? They're scoring goals. So for me, if you can just take bits and pieces, green shoots from pre-season, the results mean fuck all. I mean, we won every game in that pre-season before the Avram Grant season, and we got relegated. But what you want from pre-season, which we didn't get at all in the last one, you want some good things to take into the new season. And I do think that we've seen something building. I do. There's still stuff like James Ward-Prowse happening that's really fucking irritating me. But you know what? You can't have it all. You can't have it all. So we'll see what happens against Sunderland, because it's got to be Paqueta and it's got to be Potts in that midfield. It's who he puts with him. For me, it would never be James Ward-Prowse, but for Potter, it's obviously going to be. So we shall see. I mean, there is another one as well. I mean, the elephant in the room for me is our defender, because our right-sided defender, I can't put my finger on what the issue is with him at all, because he's got everything. He's got talent. He's got he's quick when he wants to be, but he always looks fucked, and I can't work out why. He reminds me of my dog Frank. When I throw the ball for him and it goes too far, he just looks at it, and then he'll turn after a few seconds. He'll look at me, and he'll just go, "You bastard," and then he'll walk really slowly after the ball, and then bring it back, look at me, and say, "Don't do that again." He reminds me of Frank, but he's got all the talent in the world. So Tadibo, what is wrong, mate? Honestly, you need more urgency, son. Right? So I don't know what it is. I've got no clue. I've got no clue. But yeah, he's another one. I think he's looked good in fits and stops in pre-season. But again, he's so laid back. I know it's probably just his style. I know it is. I know it's just his style. But he does play like he's fucking stoned. He does. His reaction times sometimes are not great. So, yeah, I don't know. Right, now, moving on to... That's that part of pre-season over. So we're facing Lille, which is our final pre-season game before we kick off against the Premier League season against Sunderland on the 16th. So we've got one game left, and we're definitely going to be seeing as close to Potter's preferred starting lineup and style of play in that game, although I think we've already seen it. I think we saw it yesterday. I think it's going to be pretty much nailed on man for man, barring a goalkeeper possibly, and if we sign another midfielder. I don't know. But on the whole, we're looking, I think, it ain't perfect for me. I don't overly like the style of football. I don't overly like the shape, but it's looking functional. It's looking like they're starting to make it work to a degree. Whether we're going to create enough chances playing that way, I don't know. I mean, we were lucky by the looks of it yesterday. Bournemouth had a lot of the ball and had a lot of chances. So we'll have to wait and see how it pans out. But this is what he's doing. So please God, fingers crossed, he knows what he's doing and it's going to work. Now, quite a funny story really is the ITKs, as I've already said before. They report that we're interested in a player. This is where all of the West Ham news comes from, all right? This is what we end up talking about forever. They report that we're interested in a player. We're in advanced talks. We've sat down with a player. Fucking sat down with a player. What does that even mean? We've sat down with a player. We're going to be getting Suzuki or Hermansen. They've been banging this drum all window. More or less, all window. And they've still been banging on about it and talking about it. They've put 2 and 2 together. It's almost lazy journalism, if you ask me, because Leicester City have gone down. They need to sell players, and we've gone out and got a Danish goalkeeping coach that used to do something with Hermansen before at Bromby. Don't know whether he used to coach him or not. I don't know. So they've gone, it's going to be him. And they've been building this story up. Whether they've been fed stuff from Sullivan or not, I don't know. Or they've just put 2 and 2 together. But if we do go and sign Victor, it's going to be the funniest thing ever. It really is, because they've just been fed a load of bollocks. They've been smoke screening for the balls. They've been used. They've been used. Because we haven't put a bid in for Hermansen yet. We haven't put a bid in for Suzuki yet. We haven't. But we have put a bid in for this bloke that nobody's been talking about, apart from a proper ITK in Fabrizio Romano. He said that we bid 6.5 million for this player from Botafogo, and then we've gone out and we've bid 8 million, and apparently it's been accepted. Now, a lot of people have been moaning and pissing and moaning, and the ITKs are refusing to accept that this could be anything other than a smokescreen. Well, like I said, I think you're the smokescreen. I think that's what's happened. Because we was never going to pay 30 million for a goalkeeper. Or 20 or 25. I can't see that. To be honest, I'd be a little bit pissed off if we did. When you look at where else we need to cover in the team, to go out and spend 20, 25, 30 million on a fucking goalkeeper, no. I don't think that was ever going to happen. So they've been led down a garden path. They've just been spreading news for Sullivan, and they've been made to look a little bit silly. They have. Well, they will have if we don't sign Hermansen and we go and sign Victor. But apparently it's expected to be done. Now, a lot of people have been moaning because there's bad stuff being spread about this goalkeeper from the same people. They're calling him shit. He ain't shit. He's one of the highest rated Brazilian goalkeepers. He's 29, which is young for a goalkeeper. Fabianski was 40 when he left. 29, 8 million, far more palatable for me. It is. Also, what I like about him is he ain't really a sweeper keeper. He's got great distribution, but not that type of distribution. He ain't going to play short, little 5-yard, intricate passes. No, what this player can do is Edison-like. He can fire long, accurate passes on a fucking sixpence and trigger counter-attacks. All for it. All for it. So that, for me, and he's a good keeper, good shot stopper, great reflexes. He's got great distribution, and he does command his box. 8 million, go and get him. I think they're getting him anyway. But for me, yes, please. And with a little side note of ITK embarrassment on the side would be nice. Yeah, be lovely. So for me, don't listen to all the shit about him. He ain't no Roberto. There's Man United were going to sign him. He ain't shit at all. This goalkeeper will be less of a calamity than bringing in a goalkeeper that wants to be Pirlo at the back, fucking around, passing the ball 5-10 yards, trying to break the lines and stuff. We don't want that. We want a goalkeeper that's going to be a goalkeeper, but then have the ability to spring and release counter-attacks as and when he sees fit. So for me, yes, Victor, I hope it's going to be you, mate. Welcome to West Ham. Another Brazilian as well. You can't have too many Brazilians. You can't. There's no bids in yet for any of our players that we want to sell. There's no bids in for Guido. There's no bids in for Emerson yet. Now, that doesn't mean that these players are not going to go, but it probably means that we've got to lower our expectations on what we're going to get for them. Because you've got to get them out. We've got to get them out of the team. We've got all of the youth players that we want to keep in and around the club. Now, we've heard that KC is going to Swansea. Fair enough. But there's no talk of Fearon going out, which I'm really, really happy about. So I think he's going to be in and around the first team, probably playing under-23 football, and we'll bring him in and we'll give him game time throughout the season. Happy about that. Alford might go out on loan, but again, I'd like to keep him as well. Why not? I'd rather keep them, develop them this year, and get rid of James Ward-Prowse, Guido, Irvin, and Souček. I'd fuck them all off. I really would. Keep Alvarez, keep Paqueta, keep Potts, have Urfi, Fearon, and and Alford as understudies in that team. That's what I'd do. Alford can play that Freddie Potts role as well. So there's no reason why we shouldn't do that. And if we do go out and buy another central midfielder, then great. Like another big powerhouse central midfielder. But we don't need these players. We need to move on past it. I've explained why I think that is. You need technical players, but well-rounded technical players that have got the ability to recover as well. Bowen and Fulkruger are looking really good. We're not going to be getting another striker. We have got Callum Wilson. Whatever. Yeah, we've got him. Anyone who buys this $6,000, $10,000 a week bollocks, you're off your tits. Honestly, if you believe... This is again being leaked via the ITKs. This is from Sullivan via his mouthpieces because he's seen the reaction to Wilson. He's playing on a $6,000-10,000 retainer. That's bullshit. And I would say it's even more worrying if that is the case, because the only way Callum Wilson would ever sign that deal would be if he had stark assurances from Potter that if he's fit, he plays. There's no way he would sign on $6,000 or $10,000 a week to not be in favour and not be used and, be Danny Ings last year. He ain't going to do it. That would never happen. That is not true. If there is a retainer, it's far higher than has been reported. It's probably going to be more like 50 grand a week. So yeah, I think if you believe that, then you're mental. And like I've already said, I think it would be worse because it would mean that he's more likely to be involved in this team, which I don't really want. I don't want it. I don't know. If he plays in this team, where does Bowen go? Where does Fulkrug go? No, keep him as a backup. If we need him, we need him. But yeah, fuck him. Plus, the player that I'd rather see get more minutes than him, Callum Wilson. Not Wilson. Too many Callums. Callum Marshall. That's a player. He can do everything that Wilson can't because his body ain't broken. Did you see him pressing against Everton in that first 10, 15 minutes? He was everywhere. He's going to be a right royal pain in the arse impact player to be able to bring off the bench. I think it's brilliant. And do you know what? Yeah, and apparently he's sticking around the club as well. So I'm hoping that Callum Wilson is on a stupid wage. We're just not being told it because because he won't give a fuck. He's here for his pension pot. That'll give Potter the ability to just put him on the bench and leave him on the bench and not use him and not stand in the way of the development of Callum Marshall. Yeah, so I'm hoping that he sticks around because that's another positive from pre-season. It really is. Yeah, there is one thing that really sort of sticks in the throat for me with this Callum Marshall deal. Well, done it again. Callum Wilson deal. And that is that we're letting Antonio go off the back of him. These two are supposed to be mates. So on two fronts here, you've got Wilson who's jumped in Antonio's fucking grave while he's been trying to negotiate a higher contract with West Ham. Wilson's just come in and gone, I'll take it, fuck him off. That's our all-time Premier League goal scorer that's done everything for us. He's run through brick walls for us. What is that all about? So that shows you the moral compass of Callum Wilson as far as I'm concerned. And also the club. No class. No class at all. I do hope that when Callum Wilson queues up on the sidelines, all we hear echoing out around that London stadium is Antonio, Antonio, just to make him remember. A fucking shitbag. Just to make him remember. Because as far as I'm concerned, from the outside looking in, he stabbed his mate in the back there. That's what he's done. But look, anyway, that is it from me for a Monday morning. I'm going to let you all go. And I'll speak to you soon. Come on, you irons.